Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be showing you whether sort of 20 plus years of Estee Lauder Double Wear is still one of the greatest foundations. So let's find out. I've got a darker background today because a lot of comments from previous video were saying that they really like the darker background. So I thought we'd give it a go, let me know. So first thing I'm going to use, and this is, even though this is very matte foundation, I'm going to be using a more emollient base to give it a more natural look. So I'm using Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the water, the sort of magic cream that's a water one. There's actually a name for it. It's called Magic Water Cream. So I'm going to use this as a base all over my face. Somebody in the comments, it's always the comments, said, oh, I just cringe when you're applying any sort of skincare product with two hands. You should really use one hand, because apparently one hand doing this is a lot more gentle than two hands doing the exact same thing. Anyway, oh, sassy. Right, so that's applied, and you can see it's pretty emollient. So I'm going to use two hands, and I'm going to just massage that in slightly. So we'll give this a shake. Now what I like to do with this one is I'm actually going to apply it into the palm of my hand. Well, that was bloody good, wasn't it? You saw everything. And I'm going to take my F4 brush, which is probably the greatest brush on earth, and I'm going to buff this into the palm of my hand. Because this is a very full coverage foundation and I don't want to be laughed at if I go out, I'm going to apply it like a watercolour. So I'm just going to start to buff it all over the skin, everywhere, over the eyelids, in a relatively vigorous manner, because I'm trying to paint the colour on, but also at the same time I want it to appear very kind of natural, or as natural as possible, which is why I like this technique, because it really is just like a beautiful wash of colour everywhere, all over the skin. It's a really beautiful way of doing foundation, particularly with those real full coverage foundations. So let's get this in all those beautiful nooks and crannies. Now I've obviously got a very red ear, and you'd think, wouldn't you, that I was going to cover it, but I'm not. I'm going to leave it, because I'm going to be washing this off in about 4 minutes, and I don't want to scrub my ears. Right, look at that. That is beautiful. And this is a very matte foundation, but with that base underneath, it's actually become really quite pretty. So I'm just going to add just a fraction with my finger, just over that kind of area where there was a little bit more kind of redness poking through. Just here, fingers are great. Just go in where you think you need a bit more coverage and just pat it in. Okay, so that's lovely. Due to the nature of this and the fact that I do have quite a bit of emollient moisturizer, I am going to have to use a touch of powder to just take down some of the shine, and so that the blusher we use just to liven this up and complete the look doesn't stick. Okie dokie, I'm going to take this one here by Huda because it's the first one I picked up and it's the Easy Bake, and I'm just going to just knock off the shine down the center as per usual, my lovelies. There we go. Just knocking off that shine, and I'm going to take the shine off of the kind of cheekbone area, which of course is where I'm about to apply some blusher. And instantly, to me, that looks much better. I'm not a fan of really matte skin. I'm really not. I like skin to look like skin, and normal skin does not look really matte. I'm going to take a blusher now that's got a little bit of shimmer in it, and I'm going to apply this with my F5 brush, which is this gorgeous sexy beauty here. And I'm going to just start to pop that delicately onto the high points of the cheek in beautiful circular motions, just to give that really pretty flush. I'm also going to go just up here into the outside portion of the crease, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Little bit of delicacy, working the product into the skin to pick up some colour into the crease for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Using one's fingers, touch down the bridge of the nose. I really like doing that, not everybody does, and just whatever's left just on the brow bone. That completes the look. I'm going to pop my mirror back so I can get a look. This gorgeous visage. What do we think? It's a great foundation. The shade I used, by the way, was 2N1. And that was a pretty good match, wasn't it? Wasn't it indeed? So I'm going to use whatever blush is left and just really bring it up here into the temple area, because I am used to having a very pink face, and when it is not pink, I do not feel good about myself. That's a great, all this time, 20 plus years of this product being available, and it's still an absolutely wonderful, wonderful foundation. Look at it. That's beautiful. It covers incredibly well. Now, granted, there's not huge amounts of things to cover on my skin, I'm well aware, but it's really, really nice. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'll link everything in the description box. I'm sure I won't forget. And you can let me know. Also, don't forget to comment on the background. What do you think? What do you reckon? I actually quite like it dark. I think it's a little bit moody and disturbing, a bit like me. But you let me know. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. What a shame to rinse this off. I could perhaps go out somewhere now, couldn't I? Go to a rave or something. I've never been to a rave in my entire life, by the way. And I rarely have ever been to a nightclub. Like probably count it on two hands, and probably count it on one hand actually. It's never been my thing. I don't enjoy seeing people have a good time. It's not for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.